Eating a heavy meal late at night is one of the most common evening habits that can quietly weaken the heart after the age of 50, yet it is often overlooked. While diet and exercise are frequently discussed, the specific timing of your evening routine plays a critical role in cardiovascular health. When you consume a large dinner and then go to bed shortly after, you are asking your body to perform high-energy digestion at a time when it is biologically programmed to rest and repair. This leads us to the first significant habit that impacts heart health. Number 1. Eating heavy meals late at night. Digestion is a metabolically demanding process. When you eat a large meal, your body must divert a significant amount of blood flow to the stomach and intestines to break down the food and absorb nutrients. This process creates a higher workload for the heart. Instead of slowing down and entering a state of recovery during sleep, the heart must pump harder to supply the digestive system with the oxygen and blood it requires. For a younger person, this extra workload might be negligible, but after age 50, the cardiovascular system benefits greatly from periods of reduced strain. Furthermore, the body's ability to process glucose changes throughout the day. In the evening, your body naturally becomes less sensitive to insulin. This means that if you eat a meal high in carbohydrates or sugars late at night, your blood sugar levels remain elevated for a longer period than they would if you ate the same meal at lunch. High blood sugar levels over time can damage the lining of the blood vessels and the nerves that control the heart. There is also a mechanical issue involved with late eating. When you lie down flat after a full meal, gravity no longer helps keep stomach acid in the stomach. This can lead to acid reflux or gastroesophageal reflux disease, GERD. While this is a digestive issue, it has a connection to the heart. The pain from severe heartburn can mimic heart angina, causing stress and anxiety. Moreover, the inflammation caused by chronic reflux can stimulate the vagus nerve, which plays a role in regulating the heart rate, potentially leading to palpitations or irregular heart rhythms in sensitive individuals. To protect the heart, it is beneficial to finish the last substantial meal of the day at least 3 hours before sleeping. This allows the stomach to empty and the initial heavy phase of digestion to complete before the body lies down, allowing the heart rate to lower naturally as you sleep. Number 2 is prolonged sedentary behavior after dinner. It is a very common routine to finish dinner and immediately move to a comfortable chair or couch for the remainder of the evening. While relaxing is important, remaining completely stationary for several hours after eating creates a specific challenge for the cardiovascular system. When you sit for long periods without moving, blood flow slows down, particularly in the legs. The muscles in your legs, specifically the calves, act as a secondary pump for the heart. Every time you move your legs or walk, these muscles contract and squeeze the veins, pushing blood back up toward the heart against gravity. When these muscles are inactive for hours in the evening, blood can pool in the lower extremities. This reduces the efficiency of circulation and forces the heart to work slightly harder to maintain proper blood flow throughout the body. For seniors, whose veins may already have reduced elasticity, this lack of movement becomes more significant. Beyond circulation, there is a metabolic reason to avoid total inactivity after dinner. As mentioned earlier, glucose processing slows down in the evening. Muscles are the primary consumers of glucose in the body. When you sit still, your muscles are not actively demanding fuel, so the sugar from your dinner stays in the bloodstream longer. This contributes to higher nightly blood glucose levels. You do not need to perform vigorous exercise, which might be too stimulating before bed. Instead, a simple, low-intensity habit like a 15-minute slow walk or doing light tasks around the house helps clear glucose from the blood. This light movement activates the muscles just enough to uptake sugar and keeps the blood circulating efficiently, taking a significant load off the heart and vascular system before you eventually settle down for sleep. Number 3 is consuming high-sodium evening snacks. Many people have a habit of snacking while watching television or reading in the evening. Often these snacks are processed foods like chips, salted nuts or crackers, which contain high levels of sodium. Sodium intake in the evening is particularly problematic for blood pressure regulation during sleep. Under normal, healthy conditions, your blood pressure should drop by about 10 to 20% while you sleep. This phenomenon is known as nocturnal dipping. This dip is crucial because it provides the heart and arteries with a period of lower pressure, effectively giving them a rest. However, excessive salt intake causes the body to retain fluids. The kidneys, which filter the blood, work to remove excess sodium, but if the intake is high, they retain water to dilute the sodium in the bloodstream. This increased fluid volume in the blood vessels keeps blood pressure elevated. If you consume high sodium in the evening, your blood pressure may not dip as it should during the night. This is called non-dipping. People who are non-dippers have a constantly elevated workload on their heart, 24 hours a day, with no recovery period. Over time, this continuous pressure thickens the walls of the heart and stiffens the arteries, increasing the risk of cardiovascular events. Additionally, excess sodium can lead to increased thirst later in the night, causing you to wake up to drink water, which disrupts the sleep cycle. Fragmented sleep itself is a stressor for the heart. Choosing snacks that are low in sodium or avoiding eating after dinner altogether helps the body maintain the correct fluid balance and allows the natural nightly drop in blood pressure to occur. Number 4 is using alcohol as a sleep aid. It is a common misconception that a nightcap or a glass of wine in the evening helps with sleep. While alcohol acts as a sedative and may help you fall asleep faster, it significantly degrades the quality of that sleep and places direct stress on the heart. Alcohol is a central nervous system depressant, but as the body metabolizes it, it triggers a rebound effect that stimulates the system. When alcohol is present in the system, the resting heart rate remains elevated. Instead of dropping to a low resting rhythm, the heart beats faster throughout the night to metabolize the alcohol. This means that even though you are unconscious, your heart is working as if you were awake and active. This lack of rest prevents the cardiovascular system from recovering from the day's activities. Alcohol also affects the autonomic nervous system, reducing heart rate variability, HRV. A high HRV is a sign of a healthy, adaptable heart, while a low HRV indicates stress on the system. Alcohol consistently lowers this metric. Furthermore, alcohol relaxes the muscles in the throat more than natural sleep does. For seniors who are already at a higher risk for sleep apnea, this is dangerous. The relaxed muscles can collapse the airway, causing pauses in breathing. When breathing stops, oxygen levels in the blood drop sharply. The brain then sends a panic signal to the heart to pump harder to circulate the remaining oxygen. This causes sudden spikes in blood pressure and heart rate during the night. Eliminating alcohol in the evening is one of the most effective ways to stabilize heart rhythm and ensure the heart gets the true rest it needs. Number 5 is emotional stress and screen time. The habit of engaging with stressful content or staring at bright screens late into the evening has a physiological impact on the heart. Many people spend their evenings watching the news, checking emails, or scrolling through social media. If the content is distressing, worrying, or exciting, it triggers the sympathetic nervous system. This is the body's fight-or-flight mechanism. When this system is activated, the body releases stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones are designed to prepare the body for action. They cause the heart to beat faster and the blood vessels to constrict, raising blood pressure. In the evening, your body should be shifting into the parasympathetic state, which is the rest and digest mode. By consuming stressful information, you are chemically keeping your body in a state of high alert. This is compounded by the blue light emitted by screens. Blue light mimics daylight and suppresses the production of melatonin. Melatonin is often thought of simply as a sleep hormone, but it also acts as an antioxidant and plays a role in regulating blood pressure and anti-inflammatory processes within the cardiovascular system. When melatonin production is suppressed, these protective benefits are reduced. Chronic exposure to evening stress keeps cortisol levels high when they should be at their lowest. Elevated cortisol is linked to weight gain, particularly around the abdomen, and insulin resistance, both of which are risk factors for heart disease. Creating a buffer zone of at least 1 hour before bed without screens or stressful news allows the nervous system to calm down, the heart rate to slow, and the blood vessels to relax. Number 6 is sleeping in an overheated environment. The temperature of your bedroom is a surprising but significant factor in cardiac strain. The human body is designed to drop its core temperature to initiate and maintain deep sleep. This cooling process is essential for the metabolic slowdown that protects the heart. If the sleeping environment is too warm, or if you use heavy electric blankets and thick pajamas, the body struggles to release heat. When the body gets too hot, it must work to cool itself down. It does this by dilating the blood vessels in the skin and increasing blood flow to the surface to release heat. To support this increased circulation to the skin, the heart has to pump faster and harder. Instead of resting, the heart is actively managing thermoregulation. Sleeping in a hot room can prevent the body from reaching the deepest stages of sleep, specifically slow-wave sleep. It is during this deep sleep that the heart rate and blood pressure are at their lowest. If you are constantly waking up or staying in lighter sleep stages due to heat, the cardiovascular system misses out on this vital recovery time. Experts generally recommend a cooler room temperature, typically between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit, 15 to 19 degrees Celsius, for optimal sleep. This allows the body to drop its core temperature naturally without placing extra demand on the heart to regulate heat. Number 7 is inconsistent sleep schedules. The human body operates on a circadian rhythm, an internal biological clock that regulates thousands of functions, including hormone release, digestion, and cardiovascular activity. This clock thrives on consistency. A habit of going to bed at vastly different times, 10 p.m. one night, 1 a.m. the next, creates a condition often called social jet lag. When your sleep schedule is erratic, your body cannot anticipate when to lower blood pressure and heart rate. The hormones that prepare the body for sleep, such as adenosine and melatonin, become misaligned with your actual behavior. This confusion forces the heart to adjust rapidly rather than following a smooth, predictable curve of activity and rest. Studies have shown that irregular sleep patterns are linked to the calcification of coronary arteries. Without a consistent rhythm, the body maintains higher levels of inflammation and stress hormones. Consistency helps condition the heart. When you go to bed at the same time every night, the body begins the physiological process of winding down, lowering the heart rate and relaxing the arteries before you even get into bed. This pre-sleep preparation maximizes the efficiency of your rest. Establishing a fixed bedtime and wake-up time helps anchor these biological rhythms, providing a stable foundation for heart health. Number 8 is neglecting oral hygiene at night. This final habit may seem disconnected from the heart, but the link between oral health and cardiovascular health is well established. Many people, when tired, might skip brushing or flossing their teeth before bed. However, the mouth is a primary entry point for bacteria. During the day, saliva flow is high, which helps wash away bacteria and food particles. At night, saliva production decreases significantly, If food particles and plaque remain on the teeth and gums while you sleep, bacteria thrive. This can lead to gum inflammation and periodontal disease. The connection to the heart lies in the bloodstream. When gums are inflamed or bleeding, oral bacteria can enter the bloodstream. Once in the circulation, these bacteria can travel to the heart and attach to damaged areas or cause inflammation in the blood vessels. This systemic inflammation contributes to the development of atherosclerosis, which is the hardening and narrowing of the arteries. Furthermore, the body's immune response to gum infection involves the release of C-reactive protein, CRP, a marker of inflammation that is also a strong predictor of heart disease. By simply brushing and flossing every night, you reduce the bacterial load in your mouth, prevent gum inflammation, and protect your bloodstream from bacterial invasion during the night. It is a small mechanical act with a significant systemic benefit. These 8 habits, eating heavy meals late, remaining sedentary after dinner, consuming high-sodium snacks, using alcohol, engaging in emotional stress, sleeping in heat, inconsistent schedules, and neglecting oral hygiene, all contribute to the nightly load placed on the heart. By adjusting these behaviors, you reduce the workload on your cardiovascular system, allowing it to rest, repair, and function efficiently well into your senior years. If you know someone over 50 who could benefit from this, share this video and subscribe for more simple health tips.